already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. We got some fire today, family. I want y'all to buckle in. Before we get started, make sure you get over there to Patreon. We got that fire. The link gonna be right there in the chat, pinned to the chat. Get over there, over 500 exclusive live stream. I got some free videos for you over there right now so y'all could get a vibe on how I move. You feel what I'm saying? KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Seti products, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, DVDs off the chain, that classic, you cannot get it nowhere else. Make sure you check out the memberships for General Seti, Sarasu and Seti. You get them exclusive live streams off the chain. You will not get it on regular YouTube. Make sure you get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. You be up out of here, family. Yes, sir. We here today because, the general most definitely is a exquisite teacher into the occult arts. You see what I'm saying? Foundation from the Nile Valley Mystery System. You know what it is. And we look at these holidays, especially these European Caucasian holidays, for what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get in here. For what it is. And so when you engage in other people's holidays like that, you see what I'm saying? You have to understand some things. You don't know what you dealing with. Because a lot of occult is veiled. You see what I'm saying? With, the illusion of, fun and games. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it's such a wonderful time. You see, a wonderful time of the year. You feel me? And up under the mask, it's always up under the mask, is where there's the danger. The demonic entities and satanic entities under these veils. And in any holiday, there's always the duality that's there. You see what I'm saying? People say, oh, we thanking, for, God for the, a beautiful harvest and the family and all we think. But the symbolisms, see that they trick you niggas into, decorating your house, and you understand what I'm saying, and all of that. You end up, you see, self-casting, casting a spell on yourself. You self-casting, you see. And so with these holidays, you see what I'm saying? They are used as spell casting rituals for large populations. You see what I'm saying? For large populations. Let me drop something in here. You see? So when they want to do something, it could be at the Super Bowl. When they want ready to do it for large populations, then they do it around these mega events. You see? And what happens is, again, they put all the, the cartoon characters that you love. You see, you love them. Your babies watch them. You don't even watch them that much. You see, you ain't paying attention to them demonic ass cartoons. But you ain't even noticing it there. So, your guard is always down. And so when you see these cartoon characters that may very well be in the parade, you see, very well may be in the parade. It's fun and games with you. You see, it's fun and games with you. But, for those that created them, they got them a more demented initiative. You see what I'm saying? Sucking the babies in. Because you got to understand that a lot of these peoples and shit that's involved with this elitism in America, in the world, they own some pedophile things and shit. So they use the cartoons to lure the babies. You understand what I'm saying? Now today, they didn't add it, and if you don't watch it, the symbolism where they take all these, and I watched this one video where they take pornographic shit. They draw it. They start with some pornographic and draw around it and create a character. But they start with some crazy shit, And so, yeah, so these is some wickedly, perverted, you understand what I'm saying? But have skills in order to hide this shit. So in a lot of these symbols, it's the essence of it. But it's hid, and we're going to talk about it. Now, Thanksgiving, most definitely Thanksgiving, we talking about, you talking about harvest. And see, and a lot of people don't understand. They don't look at these demons, even though they watch them a lot of times. They watch these movies, but they don't, in the movie, they don't connect it to Thanksgiving or things, but Thanksgiving is a harvest holiday. You see, and see a lot what people don't understand, because they tell you about this thinning of the veil, and which supposedly happens around Halloween. You see, during the fall equinox, you have the thinning of the veil, and this is where the wall, you see, between this world and the spirit realm is the thinnest, and there could be, you understand, is a greater opportunity for spirits to come on this side, and there's even stories where people can, you understand what I'm saying, through astral projection, or some people even, they say physically, you see what I'm saying, have went to the other side. You see, and went to the other side. So it's a thinning of the veil. What does this mean? Especially when you talk about fall, the fall equinox. You see, what is it, the fall? It's also called autumn. We understand what I'm saying? We got to talk about that. Fall and autumn. Autumn was also a solar deity. You see, was a solar deity in ancient Egypt. And so when you see fall, the fall equinox, is when the days become shorter. After the fall equinox, day we'll say night is stronger than day, meaning the nights are longer than the days. So they say this is the fall of the sun. Now everybody know that the sun is our superhero. That's our king, you see? And so when you say the fall of the king, when the king fall, then his enemies had a tendency to come out. They feel safer. They come out. So from the fall equinox into the spring equinox, where the sun springs back to life and the days become longer than the nights. So within this period, even though a lot of people don't speak on it, I do speak on it. You see what I'm saying? When the sun is at its lowest, you see what I'm saying? Then spirits and shadows and shit are more prominent on the planet. You see what I'm saying? More prominent on the planet. And Thanksgiving most definitely fall within that realm of the thin veil. You see? Now, see, these are demonic entities that fall within that harvest holiday that a lot of people don't talk about. Now, if you don't know, they call them sheaths. It's pronounced S-H-E-E-F, sheath. And it's a small little, it's like wheat, little grains of wheat. You understand? It's small. They decorate it and put it on the tables and shit. It look like little hay, and they tie a ribbon around it and put it on the tables and things like that. But see, sheaves are also demonic in, you understand, in many tales, especially the last sheaf. As they harvest the last sheaf of wheat and grain could be possessed, where the what they call the harvest demon or the harvest god be embodied in that last sheaf of wheat and grain, even the corn. You understand? They got corn demons that they do not tell you about. You understand what I'm saying? They got wheat. Now, I know y'all done heard of pumpkin head. You see what I'm saying? Now, even though pumpkin head is more modern, I'm in the house, y'all. Let me see where you at. Back in motion. We in the house. Let me put you in there. There you go. I got you in there, dog. Yes, indeed. So you got pumpkin head. You see what I'm saying? You got now even Odin. If people don't know Odin, the chief deity of the Nordics, would disguise himself as a scarecrow, a wicker man. You see, that's another one of the stories, the Wicker Man. If y'all never seen the Wicker Man, where they say the Celtics and the Druids, they had this wood figure. You understand what I'm saying? That they put criminals and shit and people that was destined for sacrifice in these wicker men, and they put them in there and set that shit on fire. You see? And so you got another one, and they got scarecrow spirits. They got scarecrow spirits too. So that remind me a lot like Jeepers Creepers and shit. See, we don't look at it, but that's in the harvest. That's the harvest demons and shit that they do not tell you about. And they create these little figurines. They create these little figurines too out of corn. I look it up. I'm going to show y'all later on when I get on the computer for real. You see what I'm saying? Where they make these little dolls out of corn, and you understand? Matter of fact, I'll show y'all one to let y'all know I ain't playing no games with you. Let me get this one up here. Look at this crazy looking shit, man. Look at this crazy shit, man. Yeah, this shit right here made out of corn husks. So these, they got these corn demons too. So just to let y'all know and shit. So I'm telling you, a lot of people for Thanksgiving, they go buy these little motherfucking dolls and shit, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to be careful with them dolls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You have to be careful with them goddamn dolls, because you don't know who created them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that was crazy and shit. I didn't even, but they got one they called the Corn King. You see, and all this shit come over from and now they coming out. Now you see that one movie called I think it's called Thanksgiving, where it's old. It came out in let me show y'all. This is some crazy shit. But all they doing is showing y'all the goddamn truth of the matter. Well, let me show y'all. Look at this shit. Called Thanksgiving. This is a crazy ass picture. They always want you to buy something. I don't want to buy nothing from you, motherfucker. Look at that shit. Got the pilgrim hat on and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's another side to this Thanksgiving shit. So you have to be careful, because what they do, they always come, because that's what lure you in. Family, they're gonna put the things on the surface that is so fun and loving. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do with anything until you really get to, you understand, peeling back these signs and symbols that they got surrounded. And Thanksgiving Halloween is where you got the fall equinox. When that kick in, the veil is thin. The king has fallen. You see, the king is fallen. The sun is now moving into its weakest state. So anytime the sun, don't let them fool you. Anytime the sun is in a waning state, the evil entities come out and play. You see what I'm saying? They come out and play. The shadows, the spirits, and all of that. That's why the majority of the European holidays is after the fall equinox. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. All of these is in the fall after the fall equinox, before the spring equinox, when the king springs back to life. You see what I'm saying? The Lupercalia, St. Valentine's Day, the President's Day, all of that shit is in the fall. And when we talking about the dead of winter, you got Christmas, New Year's Eve, all of that shit is in the dead. Listen to that. The dead of winter. You see, and so you have to have your spiritual armor on at that time. Man, listen here, man. I'm telling you, the veil, when I tell you this, good brother, motherfuckers don't know the half. You see, they coming out with a lot of these movies and shit that the stories is old. They not new. You understand what I'm saying? They don't think that the world was ready for that shit at that time, because these motherfuckers coming with some demonic shit. They coming with some demonic shit, and they showing you these holidays just like Christmas or Krampus. I was talking with y'all yesterday about a lot of them demons like witches, Christmas witches, that existed before Christmas. It wasn't no Christmas at that time. It was Yuletide. You know what I'm saying? And then you had Saturnalia, you had Yuletide. You didn't have Christmas. Christmas is primarily a night, the way that we know it today is primarily after the 1900s. You don't have no Christmas before that. And so a lot of them entities like Krampus, Frau Percher, Gryla, all of these demonic entities are ancient in the Yuletide. And just like I was telling people, which I'm going to show y'all later on, Krampus night, which came from over there in Scandinavia quietly. The motherfucker Krampus night is being practiced right here in America. It then blew up on the DL. It then blew up. Now they got festivities all over the United States on the DL now. But when you look it up, Krampus night, you can see they got holiday, they got parade where these motherfuckers put the goat mask on. You see what I'm saying? Had a parade. They have like parties and shit where they go. It's like Halloween, which it was always that way anyway. You see? And so I want y'all to understand that this time of the year, you most definitely, as a son of the sun, daughter of the sun, you got to have your spiritual armor on. You got to fortify your shit. You see what I'm saying? And in these times, because shit be illusions, shadows and shit, because the sun is not, always, and it shine, it's low and shit, and it don't last. And so it be gloomy. It'd be a lot of shadows. It'd be a lot of illusions. And these peoples out here, you got to watch these demons and shit. You see what I'm saying? They be out here in disguises and shit. So you had to watch. You had to be, you understand what that means? put your armor on. You be less likely to, talkative to motherfuckers out there, man. Stay to yourself. You see what I don't mean? Be a Grinch, but keep conversation to a minimum. You don't know a motherfucker, don't know them. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that. Keep your mouth closed, eyes open. Stay off them goddamn streets. After, when that sun getting to set, get your ass on in. You feel what I'm saying? Lock your motherfucking door and burn your incenses and goddamn read your scrolls and shit and venerate the ancestors and then power your temple. You see what I'm saying? So that nothing try to break through, because they won't break through. You see what I'm saying? If you got the power of Almighty Ra, you see, even because we know how to still venerate, even though it's, in this part of the planet, the sun is in a waning position. In the southern hemisphere, the sun is still at a height. You understand? In glory. You see what I'm saying? Right down he's sitting on the southern throne. He'll be back on the northern throne December 21st, but now he's on the southern throne. And so we know how to venerate Ra and still bring the power of solar energy to all these motherfuckers if we need be. But we will be talking later on about these harvest demons. You see what I'm saying? Harvest demons like Pumpkinhead spirit, scarecrow spirits, the motherfucking Jeeper Creeper. That's a part of that shit. The what they call corn geist. You see, corn geist, these corn spirits. The Wicker Man, one they call Harvest Jack, where they use a lot of the goddamn pumpkins and shit. You understand? And motherfuckers put that shit on, and they still use it for Thanksgiving. That's why I say a lot of these holidays, they use the same symbols, but tell you in this holiday it means this, and then you come into the next holiday, it means that. That's how they trick your ass. You want to eat pumpkin pie and all that. You see what I'm saying? You want to do all that, but that's a lot of time to let your guard down. So, and before we get out of here, understand what's happening, because they they give you the fun and the fun, it's family oriented. What this let your guard down. And so what happens, a lot of these characters that you don't know got demonic origins, you unknowingly venerate these demonic entities, and you participate in these are cloak rituals, seemingly innocent. You see, seemingly innocent, but these are cloaked rituals. You see, demons disguised as cartoons and shit. You see, and so and what happens? They put these holidays at important celestial points. Celestial in these points down through the years. They say, you see, that's right. You when you venerate them, you give them energy. You see, but see, we pulling the cloak off of them so you'll know what you're dealing with. You cannot deal. You know what I'm saying? And when you, especially at celestial, important celestial points of the year, you see what I'm saying, such as equinoxes and solstices and shit. Portals is open and shit. And so you can invoke certain entities to come onto your plane. You see what I'm saying? And you invoke them to come onto your plane. And so, but this is unknowingly. A lot of people, because they looking at it from the surface level and they don't see it from beneath the surface, what's really going on. I appreciate y'all being here. We just getting started today, and so I'm trying to get the armor on the family. We exposing these motherfuckers, and so make sure you stay tuned. Click some of the links. Matter of fact, did I put them up there? We got some fire on Patreon. You already know KingSeti.com. And we got some fire for the membership videos. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all black in a minute. Boom. Black pop.